A used car can hide a $5,000 problem behind a clean coat of wax and a full tank of gas. The seller smiles, the price sounds fair, the engine purrs in the driveway, and 3 weeks later, you are standing in a repair shop being told the transmission is finished or the head gasket is gone. It happens to good, careful people every single day, not because they were careless, but because nobody ever showed them the specific things that separate a great used car from a financial trap. The difference between the buyer who drives away with a vehicle that lasts 300,000 miles and the buyer who drives away with someone else's problem is not luck. It is a checklist. And by the end of this video, you will have it. These are the 7 things you must check before you hand over a single dollar for any used vehicle in the order a professional would check them. None of them require tools you do not already own. None of them require you to be a mechanic. They just require that you know what to look for and that you refuse to skip them no matter how good the car looks or how nice the seller seems. Because the trap is almost never the obvious junker. The trap is a clean, shiny, reasonably priced car that looks fine to everyone who does not know these 7 checks. The first thing you check happens before you ever leave your house, and it is the one most buyers skip entirely. Run the vehicle identification number through the free government recall lookup at the NHTSA website. Every car has a 17-character VIN, and in 30 seconds that lookup will tell you whether the exact vehicle you're about to go see has an open safety or engine recall that was never completed. This matters more right now than it has in years, because some of the most popular vehicles on the road are sitting under active engine recalls, and a car with an unfixed recall is either a bargaining chip or a reason to walk away entirely. This is actually the first item on the inspection checklist I built into the field companion that comes with my book, because checking it costs nothing and saves people from disasters that were documented in advance. Run the VIN before you drive anywhere. The second thing you check is the fluids, and specifically the engine oil and the transmission fluid, because these two tell you the truth about how the car was treated when nobody was watching. Pull the engine oil dipstick and wipe it on a clean rag. Healthy oil is brown to black and smooth. If it looks milky, light brown, or the color of coffee with cream, stop right there. That is coolant mixing with oil, and it points to a failed head gasket or a cracked block, a repair that can cost more than the car is worth. Then pull the transmission dipstick if the car has one. The fluid should be red or pink and smell faintly sweet or neutral. If it smells burnt or looks brown, the transmission has been overheating. A transmission that has been cooked will fail. The only question is when. The third thing you check is for hidden bodywork and frame damage, because a car that has been in a serious accident can be made to look perfect on the surface while hiding structural problems underneath. Stand back and look down the side of the vehicle in the sunlight. Look for paint that does not quite match between panels, for a slightly different texture, for a finish that looks like fine sandpaper, all signs of repainting after bodywork. Then take a small magnet and press it gently against the lower panels and the door bottoms. The magnet should grip firmly to steel everywhere. Where it slides off or holds weakly, someone has used body filler to cover rust or damage. None of this requires expertise. It just requires that you actually look in good light before you fall in love with the car. If this is already saving you from a mistake, take 1 second to hit the like button, because this is the kind of information dealers and private sellers are not going to volunteer, and it helps it reach more people before they get burned. And if you want every one of these checks laid out as a printable checklist, you can carry in your glove box along with the exact vehicles to buy and the ones to avoid. I will tell you where to get it at the end. Now let us keep going, because the next 3 checks are where the most expensive surprises hide. The fourth thing you check is rust, and not the kind you can see on the surface. Surface rust on the body is usually cosmetic and not a deal breaker. The rust that matters is structural, on the frame rails, the floor pans, and the suspension mounting points underneath the vehicle. Get down and look. Surface discoloration is fine. Flaking, scaling, or metal that has been eaten through is serious, and rust that has compromised the frame is a safety issue that cannot be reliably repaired. Push gently on rusted areas. Metal that crunches or flexes under light pressure is compromised. In northern states where roads are salted in winter, this single check has saved buyers from cars that were quietly rotting from underneath while looking perfectly clean up top. The fifth thing you check is the electronics and the warning lights, because modern vehicles hide a lot of expensive problems in their electrical systems. Turn the key to the on position before you start the engine and watch the dashboard. The warning lights should all illuminate and then go out as the systems check themselves. Here's the trick most buyers miss. If a warning light never comes on at all, that can mean the bulb was deliberately removed to hide a fault, especially the check engine light. Then go through every electrical feature, the windows, the locks, the mirrors, the climate control on every setting, the infotainment screen, the backup camera. Electrical gremlins are among the most frustrating and expensive problems to chase down, and the time to find them is before you buy, not after. The sixth thing you check is the odometer against the wear, because odometer fraud is real. It is a federal crime, and it is more common than people think. Look at the wear on the parts of the car that get touched the most: the driver's seat, the steering wheel, the pedals, and the shifter. These wear at a predictable rate, and they tell the truth even when the number on the dash does not. A car claiming 60,000 miles with a shiny low mileage odometer, but a worn smooth steering wheel, sagging seat, and worn pedal pads is lying to you. When the physical wear does not match the stated mileage, walk away, because if they lied about the miles, everything else they told you is suspect too. The seventh thing you check is the cold start in the test drive, and this is the one you save for last because it ties everything together. Insist on starting the engine when it is completely cold. A seller who has the engine already warmed up when you arrive may be hiding a hard cold start or a noise that only shows up on a cold engine. Listen in those first few seconds for knocking, for ticking that does not fade, for heavy smoke. Then drive it and turn the radio off the entire time, because you are listening to the car, not the music. The transmission should shift smoothly with no jolts, slips, or hesitation. The brake should stop the car straight without pulling, grinding, or pulsing. The steering should track straight on its own, and when you get back, let it idle and walk to the rear and look at the exhaust. Blue smoke means it is burning oil. White smoke that does not clear means coolant is getting into the engine. Both are expensive, but both are reasons to keep looking. Number 17, meatloaf with tomato glaze and green beans. Those are the 7 checks, and here is the truth underneath all of them. Buying a used car is not gambling if you have a system. The buyer who follows a checklist beats a buyer who trusts a gut feeling every single time, because a checklist does not get excited, does not fall in love with the paint color, and does not get rushed by a seller saying someone else is coming to look at it this afternoon. The system removes the 2 things that cost used car buyers the most money, which are missing information and emotional decisions. Every one of these 7 checks exists to give you information the seller would rather you not have, and to keep you calm and rational at the exact moment most people let their guard down. If you want this entire system in your hands, I put all of it into my book, Buy Once, Drive Forever, and it comes with a free companion guide called the Field Companion, which lays these checks and more out as a printable checklist you can keep right in your glove box and work through on the lot. The book goes far beyond the inspection into the specific vehicles worth buying by year and engine, the ones to avoid and why, and exactly how to negotiate the price once a car passes these checks. It is the whole system, and it costs less than a single tank of gas. You will find it linked in the description and pinned in the comments. One problem you avoid pays for it many times over. Thank you for watching. Do these 7 checks every single time, even when you are sure, especially when you are sure, because the car you walk away from because it failed a check is the breakdown and the repair bill you will never have to pay. Drop a comment and tell me which check has saved you before, or which one you had never thought to do. And if you have not subscribed yet, do it now, because there is a lot more coming. Stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next one.